Hi everyone, welcome to the virtual Amicus, and I'm Jay Lodha. So today's topic for discussion is very interesting. It is on what not to do in a law school. एक law school, एक college में क्या नहीं करना चाहिए. Where we'll be discussing and throwing light on topics like importance of having a mentor in law school, importance of academics, lecture attend करना कितना जरूरी है, why is it important, how does it help in your future as a lawyer, as a counsel, or as a law firm lawyer, etc. and etc. So today we are joined by two really very dynamic young lawyers who are doing exceedingly well for themselves. We are joined by Mr. Vishesh Nahata and Mr. Akshat Sharma. Now, just to give you all a brief introduction about our amicus for today's session, well, in fact, this is the first episode where we have two amicus and not one that you usually have. So Vishesh Nahata is currently an associate advocate. He's working at Crawford Bailey and Company, where he specializes in general corporate and mergers and acquisitions, capital markets. Prior to that, he worked at Mullah and Mullah in Mumbai, and he's also a qualified company secretary. He passed all levels of company secretaryship examination. It was conducted by the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, and he's also holding a diploma in cyber laws. So thank you so much, Mr. Vishesh Nahata. And next we have with us another very special counsel. We have with us Mr. Akshat Sharma, who's currently a senior legal manager at Tata Motors Limited. He holds a master's degree. He holds an LLM from NLSIU, which is National Law School of India University, Bangalore. He specialized in business laws. So thank you so much, Mr. Akshat Sharma. And if you guys are ready, then let's quickly start with our session. We'll proceed. So my first question is directed to Mr. Vishesh Nahata. Mr. Vishesh, tell us something. This one thing is very important to discuss and understand for any law student, because आज हमारे viewers अधिकतर law students हैं. The importance of having a mentor in a law school. If you could please throw some light and talk us through the importance of having a guide, a mentor जो आपको guide कर सके. And number two, क्या वो एक मेंटोर एक कॉलेज के प्रोफेसर में हो सकता है, या एक जरूरी है कि कॉलेज का सीनियर हो, या कोई भी हो सकता है? Over to you.
Sure, Jay. Sure. First of all, thank you, Jay, for having me. And I must say it's a great initiative that you've started. So now coming back to your question, your question deals with whether mentors are important for law students and how it helps students in their careers, right? So I would like to say that mentors are very important. Every student, if must strive to make some professor a mentor, because law is a practical field. You have to learn from the experiences of others. So in this case, a professor would be an ideal person to help you, to guide you throughout your college life, in your career as well, what fields to choose, where to practice, and all that. So a professor is the most important person, according to me, to be a mentor. And if you make a professor a mentor, you can learn from his experiences. If he is a practicing advocate, or if he has practiced before, if he has worked in a firm before, so you can gain from his experience and develop as a person, also develop as a lawyer and develop as a person. So a professor is the most important person. Of course you can have seniors also, but according to me, a professor plays a great role in the in from the beginning of your college life.
Thank you so much there, Mr. Nahata. Akshat, do you wish to add anything to that?
Yeah, Jay. Hi. Firstly, thank you for giving me this opportunity. As rightly mentioned by Vishesh, in a law school, firstly, a mentor is the most important thing. You should have it. Now, as he also mentioned that if you have a professor as your mentor, it's the idealistic position, and it is the best thing which you can get. Obviously, he will guide you through his experiences and will help you nurture through that 3 years or 5 years of your law school life. Apart from him, if you also have some seniors over there, because at the beginning you might not be that much open to any professor, or the professor may not be that much open to you. So a senior, one of your good seniors who are always there, you may take his help, guidance. From his point of view, you can understand not just about that law school and the further professional life which would be there in future, but that senior would help you how to go through that 5 years, what is important through that journey as a student. So having a senior as your mentor is also important for living those 5 years of your life in the law school, where to focus upon, how to, what all activities to do apart from studies and all. There are a lot of other societies and all which you may want to join or not. So he can guide you, but you should not totally rely upon him. His advice is important, but of course the best thing would be, if you are looking forward for as a professional, would be your mentor should be your professor, one of your professor, whoever it is, because all of them have their experience, rich experiences, which will definitely help a student. So yes.
To all the viewers who are watching this, especially law students, as rightly pointed out by our panelists, our amicus for today's session, both Mr. Nahata and Sharma, that it is very important to have a mentor. It could be obviously in one of your professors, because a professor has the necessary, expertise and the experience that he can guide you through. And especially when you're new to the campus, आपको कुछ पता ही नहीं हो क्या करना चाहिए क्या नहीं करना चाहिए, it is always better. But ultimately, you are the decision-making authority. You are the architect of your 5 years of law schooling. और आप ही को decision लेना है. Guidance and advice and obviously come from there. And it is always nice to be assisted by someone who's an expert in that very field. So thank you so much, gentlemen. There. Coming to our next question, the importance of having a rigorous curriculum. And by curriculum, we mean compulsory attendance, or attendance that even if it is not compulsory, it's always nice to have a classroom full of students, and students writing down whatever the teacher or the professor is teaching them, because there are really very intrinsic important concepts in the in law school, interpretation of statutes, and we have evidence law, और ये सब subjects एक professor पढ़ाता है, तो it's very important for students to attend and to understand the basic concepts and fundamentals. तो ये rigorous curriculum की कितनी importance है एक law school में? Akshat, if you can throw some light and if you can answer.
Yes, absolutely, Jay. Rigorous curriculum is an important part of your law school life. Firstly, the curriculum is important is that it should be updated. It should include first the syllabus and all should be as per what is going on. Law is changing day by day. You have new laws which are coming up, new legislations being passed. So important is that you are aware of all these new legislations, and it should be part of your curriculum. Then second important thing is that there should be a proper schedule. Classes should be attended by students right from the beginning, and that should come from within, right? Compulsory attendance should be there, but students should not be attending those classes because there's compulsory attendance. They should realize that whatever you learn in the class, whatever you learn from the experience of your professors, will actually help you when you will be in the field, when you will in the profession. So you should have that habit of attending that lectures, and that will also help you that 5 hours, 6 hours, whatever is the schedule of the day is there in the law school, that will actually slowly and slowly help you to develop that habit. Because once when you are in the field, you are in the professional, you have to put in a lot of hours. It won't be limited, and it would be continuous. It's not that like 5 years of law school you have studied and it's over, you don't have to study. In our field, we have to be studying daily. It's a day-to-day test. So we have to have that habit of understanding all those things right from the beginning. So it is very, very important.
Mr. Nahata, if you wish to add anything to that, आपको लगता है कि अगर अपन classes को compulsory कर लें for students to attend, do you think it will help?
Yes, Jay. But before talking on this point, I'll dial back to this point later. But I would also like to stress on the importance of academics, because अभी मैंने देखा है like interns interacting with interns and all. And when we started college also, we never used to like focus too much on the academics, and then later we realized the importance of academics, right? So first thing, why should you focus on academics? आपको क्यों focus करना चाहिए academics पे? पहला तो it helps you in getting your CV shortlisted. Okay, first thing for getting shortlisted in a firm or for joining a chamber of any advocate, they will look at your academics. Why? Because it gives the prospective recruiter a basic understanding about how diligent you are, how hardworking you are, and whether you have the patience to put in long hours. Otherwise you won't be able to score good, right? So the importance of academics comes from that perspective also. So you should never ignore academics, and wherever you're interning, the partners, the seniors will always tell you that academics comes first. You should never ignore academics, or you should never focus on something else, give more importance to something else over academics. And secondly, the question that you asked me about mandatory lectures or mandatory attendance, I think I agree with Akshat that it shouldn't be like. Of course, it can be made compulsory, but the uh, will to attend lectures should come from within. It shouldn't be made mandatory that just you go to class and then mark your attendance and sleep throughout the lecture. It shouldn't be the it shouldn't be done that way. But the thing should be that to go attend the lectures, because there suppose take an example, there are various statutes, there are various laws in which some of the clauses you would find that they are similar or identical. Okay, but if you attend a lecture on those laws or on those clauses, then the professor might point out, or the senior might point out, whoever is the assistant to the professor might point out the small nuances or the additional terms which are inserted in the clause, which you might skip when you are reading by yourself. So that is the importance of attending lectures also, that is the importance of academics. And it should come from within, like it shouldn't be forced upon you. And there should be a willingness to learn and to just capture those small things which, and to learn from the experience of the professor, and that gets stuck in your head.
So, Akshat, if I may add to what Mr. Nahata rightly pointed out, academics play a very crucial role. अगर आप क्लास में लेक्चर अटेंड रोज करेंगे, आप कंसेप्ट और फंडामेंटल को समझने की कोशिश करेंगे, तभी आपके डाउट्स होंगे, एंड तभी यू विल अप्रोच योर मेंटर और योर प्रोफेसर, एंड दैट प्रोफेसर विल फर्दर try to solve those doubts. So these will not obviously pile up in the end of your law school, 5 years. तो आपको क्या लगता है, academics should be the first priority of every law student in college, or it depends, from person to person, from law student to law student, कि नहीं academics के अलावा भी बहुत सारी activities important होती है? Just to add to what Vishesh said.
Yes, Jay. See, for any student, academics should be the main priority, of course, because if you are have that habit of reading, you are attending lectures, then it will further on help you to gain knowledge of other things. You will feel more comfortable, like when you move to the other things, like it could be writing a research paper, or maybe taking part in a moot court. So for those basic things, when you want to go into that domain also, you need to have a strong backing of knowledge of that subject. And that will help, will only be gained when you are attending lectures. So lectures should be made important, should not made important, are important. And for a law student, for any student, you should ensure that he should go and attend his lectures. He will learn from the experiences of the professors, from the visiting faculties. Now, all nowadays, law schools have all those visiting faculties. Some senior counsels are coming to college. They are explaining a topic and all. All those help you because they give a new dimension of what is there out in the field. Any subject, they will give you that dimension to it, and it definitely helps. And once a student starts attending lectures, he gains slowly and slowly he gains an interest in that subject, and through that he moves on to the other things, which, as I earlier mentioned about, if moot code also, you have to do a lot of research. So that learning, that habit of researching all will surely comes from your academics if you are pro towards your academics. Likewise, you may go for writing research papers. Now, how you know any particular issue is there for which you need to write a paper? You will definitely understand it when you are discussing that particular issue with your professors in the class. You understand, yes, there are a lot of nuances to that and that issue, and based on that, you will then have that habit or then have a link that yes, I should write a paper on that particular issue. So it starts from attending lectures. So that is the core for any law school.
And one more thing I would like to add, Jay, just digressing a little bit. The thing is that in law colleges, seniors or students, beginners, freshers always look up to their seniors. Seniors भी अपने seniors को देखते देखते वो there is a protocol in college कि सब कोई extra curriculars में भिड़ जाते हैं. ये नहीं देखते हैं कि what they are interested in. Everyone is following a herd, right? So they develop a herd mentality. If someone is mooting, everyone goes into mooting. If someone is writing a research paper, everyone goes into writing a research paper. So I would like to say that extracurricular activities, you should always do them, but you should do whatever you are interested in. Don't succumb to peer pressure. And secondly, it is not mandatory to like moot or to write a research paper or to debate or to join a MUN club. Okay, these things are not mandatory to get your CV shortlisted. This should be kept in mind. आपकी CV shortlist होगी on the basis of your academics. If you have done internships, good enough. But the extracurricular activity should only be done from the point of view of developing yourself, developing the habit. If you're mooting, developing the research, developing skills of doing better research. If you're doing debating, developing the skills of better argument, framing better arguments. So it should only be done from a selfish perspective, but not from adding cosmetic value to the CV, or just because it might help you in getting a job. It shouldn't be done from that point of view. So I would like to add that.
Right. I would like to further add, absolutely, which Vishesh mentioned. There should not be that rat race. No, if one of my even my colleague is doing or one of my seniors has said that मुझे boot करना है या मुझे इस particular उस पे research paper करना है, वो नहीं होना चाहिए. बिल्कुल core important है, lectures attend करें, academics पे focus करें. उसके बाद side by side आपका जो interest है किसी में हो उसमें आप करिए. जिस भी टॉपिक पे करना है, बट फोकस अप्रोच हो. ये नहीं है कि एक प्रोफेसर एक सीनियर ने कहा या एक फ्रेंड वो कर रहा है तो मैंने आज वो करना शुरू कर दिया, मूड कोर्ट पे इंटरेस्ट किया, एक बार किया छोड़ दिया, या सम अदर फ्रेंड इज डूइंग अ रिसर्च पेपर, रैंडमली कोई भी पेपर पिक किया और उस पर हमने रिसर्च करने लगे. तो यस, फोकस अप्रोच होनी चाहिए एंड एकेडमिक्स शुड बी द कोर आउट ऑफ इट.
So as rightly pointed out by speakers for today's session, such valuable insights coming into all the viewers who are watching. Never ever participate and never ever make this a rat race. You know, this is your college life, and activities you should participate, co-curricular or extracurricular. आप अपने development के लिए कीजिए, आप अपनी growth के लिए कीजिए. You don't have to succumb to this whole temptation of peer pressure कि XYZ is doing it, so I should also do it. Rather, you try doing it, try everything in law school. You know, 5 years or 3 years, whichever course you're in, आपको बहुत opportunities मिलेंगी. You'll get a lot of opportunities, not just at the end of first year, but even at the end of, you know, the fag end of the 5 years course. But आपको ये देखना है कि आपको किस में ज़्यादा मजा आ रहा है, किस में passion है, और किस में आप, if you like doing one moot court, be it domestic or national or international, then you can think about doing and switching and going for another moot court competition. But don't do it for the sake of it. Don't do it because your peers are doing it. And a lot of times, even I've seen personally people filling up forms for you know, XYZ courses कि उसने X course किया तो मैं भी कर लेता हूँ. You should first do your own research. आप अपनी critical analysis से देखिए कि आपको क्या अच्छा लगता है, and then you should take a call on that. So that is very important.
And don't do extracurricular activities from the point of view of securing a job. These things do not matter.
And Vishesh, one more thing, I did ask this and mentioned about this. आपको लगता है कि अगर lectures या को mandatory करने से कुछ फर्क पड़ेगा? Do you think, you know, forcefully doing something and imposing something, does it help?
I have a different take on it, Jay. मुझे ये नहीं लगता कि forcefully कुछ भी करने से किसी को भी help होता है. students see, once you come in a law college and after the initial period of 6 months, students also get mature, they also become responsible, and they know कि उनको क्या help करेगा क्या नहीं करेगा. Of course proper mentorship मिलेगी तो they will also attend lectures. अगर lectures interesting हुए तो obviously, like you also know, there was a professor in our college and people used to just hound, like there was no space to sit also. The class used to be jam packed. So exactly, it depends on the professors also, but the thing is that mandatory करने से I don't think it will help. And one more thing, I'm running a little late, Jay. So I wanted to speak on this topic also about the importance of internships. And so इसमें मैं ऐड करना चाहता हूँ कि first of all, internships, if you do, good enough. If you don't do, good enough. It will not matter in it is not detrimental in you not getting a job. All right. So and why you should do an internship. The purpose of doing an internship should be to first of all, to develop research skills. Okay, because when you work with a senior, when you work with an associate or a senior associate or a partner in a firm or an advocate, you develop those research skills. You just by working with them, you develop those research skills and inculcate the work ethic. This is the most important point, because आप दूसरे को काम करते देखते हो तो आपको पता चलता है कि कैसे काम करना है, कि कितना रिस्पॉन्सिबल होना चाहिए आपको. You should always own your work. You should never lie, because you learn the basics of professionalism while working, while interning. तो आपको ये पर्पस से करना चाहिए इंटर्नशिप, नॉट बिकॉज टू इंक्रीज जस्ट द कॉस्मेटिक वैल्यू ऑफ CV. 10 इंटर्नशिप कर लिए, कहीं पर कुछ सीखे नहीं, and it is getting reflected on your CV, and you think that might help you in getting a job. That will never do. First thing. And secondly, आप जब भी whenever you're interning in a firm or with an advocate, आपको वही, the thing that you used to do with your professors, the same thing you have to the same approach should be adopted in working in a firm also or with an advocate, that you should learn from the experiences, learn how they work, adopt their working style. So if you're drafting a pleading, for example, तो आप अपने senior को देखो, how he is going about it, how he is framing an argument, whether why majority of advocates start from the prayers, because वहाँ से they can build up an argument. So first thing is that you should always pick up the working style of the senior or the partner you're working with, and secondly, to just learn from the experiences, because whenever a partner is suppose drafting an document, so he also must have learned from his experience कि कोई अलग transaction में ऐसा हुआ था, some issue was there or something might have gone wrong, तो वो उसको protect करने के लिए he is drafting this. So ये सब experience से ही आता है, और आपको internship इसीलिए ही करना चाहिए, so that you can work, you can pick up those experiences, you can pick up the working style, because ये आपको college में नहीं मिलेगा. और internship करना mandatory नहीं है, आप 1 करो 2 करो, but try to do a long term internship, because 1 महीने में it is futile for the firm also to invest their time in you.
Ultimately, it is not the number of internships, the quantity, it is the quality of internships that you do over a period of time that takes a long way. Akshad, आप कुछ add करना चाहेंगे? If you wish to add anything on this whole concept of internships and how important it is. People are, they go mad, they go crazy. उसने आर्ट किए, मुझे 9 करने हैं. There is this number competition that is going on, unfortunately.
Absolutely, Jay. इंटर्नशिप्स में सबसे पहले इम्पोर्टेंट एक ये भी है कि वी शुड नॉट फोकस कि फर्स्ट ईयर में हम लॉ स्कूल में आए हैं, नाउ यू नो वो क्रेज है स्टूडेंट्स में कि फर्स्ट ईयर में दे वांट टू एंटर इनटू अ लॉ फर्म एंड ऑल. प्लीज इंश्योर कि ये बड़ा क्लियर होना चाहिए कि जब आप फर्स्ट ईयर में आप अगर शुरू कॉलेज आए हो एंड यू आर गोइंग फॉर एन इंटर्नशिप, यू हैव नो बैकग्राउंड ऑफ लॉ, मतलब अभी आपने लॉ में कुछ पढ़ा नहीं है, ग्रेजुएशन के बेसिकली आप सब्जेक्ट्स पढ़ रहे हो, एंड व्हेन यू जॉइन द लॉ फर्म, वहां पे योर वर्क वुड बी मोरली लिमिटेड. हाँ, या तो आप मैक्स टू मैक्स कुछ भी हो सकता है कि थोड़ा बहुत रिसर्च एंड ऑल, बट मिल सकता है, बट वो भी ज्यादा नहीं होगा। तो डोंट बी, कई बार स्टूडेंट्स में एक फियर होता है कि मुझे एक अच्छी इंटर्नशिप नहीं मिली, या शुरू में मेरे फ्रेंड कलीग जा रहे हैं एक बहुत टीयर 1 लॉ फर्म या कहीं अच्छी कॉर्पोरेट में या कहीं पे। नो, डोंट गो फॉर इट। आप फोकस करो शुरू के ईयर्स में अपने एकेडमिक्स पे, कॉलेज की एक्टिविटीज पे, वहां फोकस रहना चाहिए। once when you are going for an internship, important is, as rightly mentioned by Jay and by Vishesh, ki internship long term पे करिए। 28 days 1 month में कुछ learning नहीं होती है। by the time आप उस environment को समझते हैं, उन चीजों को you start understanding, it's time to go off। तो वो नहीं होना चाहिए। look for a long term internship and कहीं पे भी करिए, advocate के साथ if you're working, कोई भी लॉ फर्म हो, डोंट गो कि टीयर 1, टीयर 2, टीयर 3, ये सब कोई आपके दिमाग में होना ही नहीं चाहिए। लर्निंग्स हर जगह से होती है, आपको इंश्योर करना है। देयर इज नोबडी आउट देयर कि जब आप इंटर्नशिप पे जा रहे हो कि ही विल हेल्प यू, गाइड यू। नो, आपको खुद से सीखना होगा, खुद से समझना होगा। जैसे बहुत सिंपल चीज है, अगर आप किसी एडवोकेट के साथ कर रहे हैं, सी एडवोकेट वुड बी बिजी इन हिज वर्क। इंपॉर्टेंट इज आप जो एडवोकेट के मुंशी होते हैं, उनसे जितना आप सीखोगे वो कहीं से नहीं सीख सकते, क्योंकि ही विल टेल यू बहुत बेसिक चीजें, कोर्ट के अंदर क्या रिक्वायर्ड होती है, फाइलिंग कैसे होती है, ये सब चीजें उनसे सीखने को मिल सकती है। ऐसी ही लॉ फर्म में कर रहे हो या कॉर्पोरेट में कर रहे हो, लर्न फ्रॉम एवरीवेयर। लाइक किसी कॉर्पोरेट के पर्सपेक्टिव में जब आप कोई भी चीज डॉक्यूमेंट आता है, वहां पे लीगल इज द फोर मोर इंपॉर्टेंट, यस, बट उसके साथ साथ आपको कमर्शियल इंटरेस्ट को भी ध्यान में रखना पड़ता है। तो वो एक्सपीरियंस तभी आएगा जब आप वर्क करेंगे, बट वर्क करने का एक टाइमलाइन करिए। ये नहीं कि शुरू से आप भाग रहे हैं फर्स्ट ईयर से, सेकंड ईयर से कि मुझे इंटर्नशिप ही करनी है। तो एक टाइम में होनी चाहिए, एक लॉन्ग ड्यूरेशन के लिए होनी चाहिए। और वहां पे ये एक्सपेक्टेशन मत रखिए कि योर जो पार्टनर है, एसोसिएट है, वो आपको हेल्प करने वाला है। वो एक्सपेक्टेशन से मत जाइए। आप डिलीजेंटली वर्क करेंगे तो ही विल ऑल्सो हेल्प यू और सपोर्ट यू in that,
And one
but
more
you
thing,
have to show your
last point I want to add before I go. Sorry, I have to go. The students abhi both, I've seen interns at my firm, they don't want to do diligence. Diligence is the basic fundamental part of any transaction, and this is where the knowledge of your knowledge of law is getting tested. Okay, gets tested. So up you start with diligence, continue with diligence. The more diligence work you get, the better for you, because there you will learn the law. If you don't know something, you will go and research and then learn the law. Otherwise it is just a time wasting exercise. So diligence is the most important aspect in internships from the perspective of working in a corporate law firm or a commercial litigation.
All right, gentlemen, now let's
Over to you,
quickly
Jay.
wrap this up. Lastly, one last question, and I'm sure we'll sum it up in another minute or two. Had you been a law student today, how differently would you have done the same things, or you would have skipped or avoided them? Agar, if you wish to comment, agar aap focus karte,
I would have done the things that Akshat has mentioned today to the T.
so basically you will be executing things that you guys mentioned today on the segment and executing them to perfection.
Yes.
absolutely, absolutely. That is the experience which we have gained now. So we'll hope that students would follow that. Yes.
Thank you so much there, gentlemen. I hope we haven't missed out on anything because we've more or less covered everything. And once again, a big thank you to Mr. Vishesh Nahata and to Mr. Akshat Sharma, who took our time, who gave their valuable insights. You know, it is so important, this platform, this whole concept behind Virtual Amicus is to come, to share your experiences, to shed all your egos, to talk about your experiences, the lessons that you've learned, whatever little more you know than the ones that you unfortunately don't have access to, because we are in the middle of the pandemic and most of the students are attending lectures virtually. So it is so important to have this platform wherein illustrious alumni like in the likes of Mr. Akshat Sharma and Mr. Vishesh Nahata can come, they share their experiences, and you know, so it's such a nice thing to do. And today I'm glad that we could execute this segment. So a big thank you once again, gentlemen. Our email is mentioned on the channel. For any of the viewers who are watching this, for any of the queries, feel free to write to us. We'll be more than happy to forward the same to respective amicus for today's session. So thank you so much once again. It's goodbye for now.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.